Welcome to howtocookgreatfood.com.
Hi, welcome to howtocookgreatfood.com. On the menu today, an apple crumble. It's a very rainy day in London, so I thought I'd cheer myself up with a bit of a crumble here. So as you can see, I've got some beautiful Bramley apples here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the core out, take any bad bits off them, but I'm going to keep most of the skin on. I like the skin on. So let me do that, and then we'll cook these, and then after that we'll make our crumble topping. There we go, I've chopped these up. I've basically peeled about 50% of them. So 50% all the skin off and the core out, and 50% with some skin on. I've also chopped them in very irregular shapes, like some very small pieces and some larger ones. That means they'll sort of break down in a kind of different consistency. Some of them completely dissolve and others will remain slightly chunky, which kind of really helps the sauce. Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to put a touch of salt there. Not too much, just a little bit of salt. I've got a little bit of water in there, not too much because the water will come out of the apples. And then I've got, there you go, some nice brown sugar. I'm putting a couple and one, couple and a bit on there for this amount. Okay, and simply, let's cover those. Let's bring it up to a boil, then just simmer it for a moment. We want the larger pieces to be still intact but slightly soft. So I reckon about just 4 or 5 minutes. See you then. Okay, let's take a look here. It's only been a couple of minutes now. Yeah, you can see the smaller ones are falling apart there. The other ones have still got a bit of crunch to them. But there you go. Okay, look, I'm also going to drop a knob of butter in here, which I'll just chop in. Now, I'm not adding any spice to my actual apples. Some people do, but we're going to be adding plenty to our crumble topping, so I like to keep this quite simple. Okay, look, if we turn this off now, just let that butter do its thing in there. And as you can see, we've got some mushy looking ones, which are great, and some much firmer ones, which will sort of hold the crumble together. We don't want it all lumpy or all hard. And like I say, let it steam away, mix it around a bit so they do actually mush down a little bit more than ones that are cooked. And there you go, you've got your apple ready. Right, let's move on to our crumble topping. Right, the crumble. So I've got a bowl here, as you can see, with, this is sugar, our brown sugar. This is flour. I'm using a plain white flour. And this is a mixed spice, ground mixed spice, which is nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, a little bit of allspice, and some cloves all ground together. And I've got some butter. So first of all, I'm going to mix this together. Just give it a quick mix. And don't worry about quantities, because we can always add in a little bit more of this or that. Don't worry, it's all fine. They do say that you do a 6-3-3, which is 6 parts of flour, 3 parts of sugar, and 3 parts of butter. Okay, so that's nicely mixed. Look, I've got a little bit of melted butter here. Let's just get that in. And then we simply mix this around. And just rub it in between your thumb and your fingers like that to create the consistency that you want. This is looking a little bit dry. I think we're going to have to put a little bit more butter in this. But yeah, just keep going. I mean, it's not far off actually. You squeeze it together, it does hold together. But of course we want that crumble, so just keep it running through your fingers like that. Mixing it beautifully. Look at that. You can use a touch of oil if you want. If you want. I mean, you don't have to use butter at all. You can just use oil if you're a vegan. But Butter gives it a much richer taste and is much more traditional, of course. Right, let me have a little taste of that, just for sweetness and the spice. Okay, that's sweet enough for sure. I might add a little bit more spice and a touch more butter. I'll see you in a moment. There we are, that's much better. Just that little bit of extra butter has brought this together so well. So just keep mixing it around. Like I say, this is the consistency we want. If it bunches up in a few places, that's good. We don't want it just like powdery. And again, let's squeeze some there together. You see, that's a nice tight ball there now, so that will cook really nicely. Okay, we're done. That tastes nice, consistency is nice. What we're going to do now is just drop some of our apple into the bottom of our ceramic tray, and then we're going to drop all this crumble mixture over the top. It will go in the oven and it will be ready. Okay, let's get that together. So as you can see, I've got our apple in there. I'll get our mixture now, our crumble, and over she goes. Some people put cinnamon when they're cooking their apple, or if it's some raisins. I just prefer kind of straight ahead apple like this. And like I say, this crumble has got plenty of spice in it. So look, we've just layered a nice, I don't know, a centimetre of the crumble mixture on the top. Let's get that in the middle of our oven, medium heat. I think that's going to be done in 20 minutes. Just let it brown off at the top there, and it'll be wonderful. I'll see you when it's done. Look, just as a little bonus, I've got some crumble topping left over. So I've got some cooked rhubarb here. So again, I'm just going to make this one as well. I love rhubarb. I'm not sure about you. It's not everyone's favourite. I really love it. So this is just to finish off my crumble mixture. That'll be delicious for sure. I mean, you can obviously you can mix the rhubarb and apple together if you want. I'll pop that in as well. That'll be, I don't know, 10 minutes. Here we go then. That was 15 minutes in my oven. As you can see, that apple's bubbled up lovely. This just started to come out the side there, which is beautiful, mixing lovely with that crumble topping. This is nice and crispy. That'll be absolutely delicious. So there you go. There's our apple crumble. I'm going to get back to that little rhubarb one as well. See you next time. Bye bye.
howtocookgreatfood.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more information, take a look at our website, www.howtocookgreatfood.com.